Hello everybody, and welcome to another video I'm doing on the Denver Broncos. It was a rough week to be a Bronco fan, as they lost a lot of players, and you just keep scratching your head as to why. But when the team wins the Super Bowl, you know that you're going to lose players. Between losing Malik Jackson, Danny Trevathan, and possibly C.J. Anderson, that all hurts. But the big one, obviously, Brock Osweiler, which I wasn't sure if I expected it, but it seemed like he and his agent were not in contact with the Broncos for quite a bit towards the end, so I think he wanted out. One point on that really disappointing about him is the way he said the Houston Texans give him the best chance to win. He's so full of crap, it's not even funny. You could say, I want to be here, I want to lead to a playoffs, etc., etc. The Broncos won the Super Bowl last year, and they're still going to be a good team, much to people who don't saying so. A lot of people saying they're not going to make the playoffs already. I'm like, what do you judge this on? Because you've lost a few guys, and the season doesn't start tomorrow or next week or 1 month or 2 months. They'll have a quarterback in. They'll have some other players. They'll have a better running back. We'll see how it goes. Maybe they won't make the playoffs, but it's too hard to judge right now. Also, one other good thing that happened today is DeMarcus Ware, outstanding defensive end for the Broncos, decided to restructure his contract, or the Broncos asked him to, and he did because he's a class act. He knows at 34 years old he can't play all the time because his back hurt him last year. It's going to save the Broncos $2 million on the cap, and I couldn't be happier that somebody did a good thing to help them. The one free agent signing that the Broncos did is his name is Donald Stevenson. He's a tackle that used to play for the Chiefs. I know very little about him. The Chiefs over the years have always had good offensive lines around the football, so I'm going to hope that he's a pretty good player. On to the big thing that happened a couple of days ago. I was looking on the computer and hoping that the Broncos trade for Kaepernick or sign Fitzpatrick or something happens, and I see they traded for Mark Sanchez. The first thing that came to my mind is I threw up in my mouth. It was really awful to see that. The guy known for the butt fumble and the guy who's been a train wreck for pretty much all of his career. I looked at his numbers. He only has 86 touchdowns and 84 interceptions, a 37-35 quarterback record. He always seemed to throw picks at the wrong time for the Jets in the clutch, although he had a little bit of success in 2009 and 10, but not more recent. And with Philly, we had a chance in 2014 to lead into the playoffs against the Redskins. He threw a pick at the end of the game to basically lose it for him. So, it wasn't the greatest. But it did some research, and the person I thought of that's most like him is is Rex Grossman. People say, Rex Grossman? Yeah, Rex Grossman has a 25-22 career record, 3 games over 500 versus 2. Touchdown interception ratio 56-60 for Grossman. Sanchez is slightly better, but I wouldn't get all that excited about that. And the quarterback rating, Sanchez is 76 and Grossman is 71. My point being is, on the surface, you would think, oh, Sanchez is a much better quarterback than Grossman. Not true. They're both train wrecks. And they're both busts because they were first-round picks, too, especially Sanchez, number 5 overall. What a horrible pick by the Jets, really. But, hey, they missed, so it happens. All right, now on to the potential trade for Kaepernick. Some more updates on it. Basically, the 49ers want a second-round pick from the Broncos. The Broncos only want to give up a third. Also, Kaepernick's representatives are willing to restructure his deal with the Broncos. The Cleveland Browns are also in play, and they want to give a third-round pick, and we think that the 49ers will take that. However, the restructuring won't work with Cleveland because they want Kaepernick to take much less. So the Broncos are still in play, but the 49ers want that second-round pick. I'm hoping Elway gives it up because you know what? You need your quarterback. You don't have one right now. I don't feel comfortable having Sanchez in there and then a kid. That's the last thing I want. I don't want to see Sanchez with the orange and blue one. I want to puke thinking about it, really. It's the last thing I want. He's horrible. Sorry. I just don't like Mark Sanchez. Never have. Never will. But they can get Kaepernick. Another thing is Chip Kelly supposedly, the 49ers, tried to get Sanchez. He tried to trade for him. The Philly said no because obviously the general manager of Philly is not going to be kind to Chip Kelly because of him being there and he just got fired. So Sanchez might be part of this deal. Maybe a third round from Denver and Mark Sanchez. Hopefully maybe that sweetens the pot. That's what Chip Kelly wants. I don't know. I hope something can get done. I'd give up the second. I want to get the guy. I think you have enough other draft picks. You have first. You get 2/3 with a compensatory pick. Yeah, talk, John. Good job. And a fourth, a fifth, sixth. They have plenty of draft picks. Giving up that one is not going to kill them at all. But that's just me. And also in Kaepernick, I was looking at his numbers too, and some people are really down on the guy. As I fumble around my paper, see, um, he had a horrible year last year. 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Okay, fine. His career though, when he's played, career record 27-20, but last year was 2-6, so that brought it down. TD to interceptions, 56-26. How's that look, Mark Sanchez? Very good compared to what you ever would dream about, Beeman. Maybe if you played Madden 2016, you could get 56-26 interception to TD ratio. Vice versa, sorry. Fumbling here. But the years that he did play, 10 touchdowns to 3 picks, 21-8, 19-11. He got the team to a Super Bowl and lost in the last second, 2012. 2013, he got them to the championship game, and they lost on the play by Sherman at the end of the game when Sherman flipped out on Aaron Andrews. He was screaming basically about Michael Crabtree. So that was how good he did. He played well most of the time. Yeah, he's a little erratic, but I'll take him and try for them Broncos to work with him to get him better than some rookie who I know nothing about. The Broncos are still win now mode. I know a lot of people are down on them because of what's happened, but they still have 9 of their 11 starters on a defense, and I think they can get another defensive tackle and hopefully another linebacker. Hopefully they will. If they don't, they don't. I still think they're a playoff team at the very least. If they don't get Kaepernick, bring in Fitzpatrick. I want to say Ryan Fitzpatrick, the hockey player, but no, Ryan's him. Mark Fitzpatrick, the hockey player from around here, played for the Predators. Sorry, screw up. I'd say he's Plan C because Plan B was Cap. Plan A was obviously Osweiler. 154 to 116 TD interception ratio for Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's had a pretty good career. He's had some pick issues at times, but he's better than Sanchez by a wide margin, and he'd be good for a team. Peyton Manning was awful last year. They still won a Super Bowl. Just somebody that's above average would help them be at least a 10 or 11-win team at the very worst. Okay. Now another thing, too, is I would like to see the Broncos go after Alfred Morris as a running back because C.J. Anderson is probably going to go to Miami as they give him 4 years, $18 million. Denver's not going to match that. I'd be shocked. They want to save as much money as possible to get the quarterback. Also, to pay Von Miller a long-term deal eventually, which they need to do. If you're not going to get Alfred Morris, then I'd like to have Arian Foster. Boy, I have a hard time saying that name. I always draw a blank on him for some reason. Arian Foster's injury prone. He should become cheap. He knows Kubiak all the years he ran under him. He had a couple 1,500-yard seasons with him. I think he could do quite well. Then I'd like also he's old as well, but I'd take Andre Johnson as a third receiver. Why not? He could get open on their third receiver on the opposite of Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. I think he'd do a wonderful job. I really like thinking that the offense would look good. Another guy I look towards who was kind of a bust in St. Louis for a tight end is Jared Cook. I like him. I don't know if anyone likes him as much as I do. I know the other guys I like. Ladarius Green went to Pittsburgh. Good for them. That's a good pickup. Tight end. I don't know who else I said. But there's still guys that can help the Broncos out there in the draft also as well. It could be a good draft. Hopefully for Elway, who's done very well with his eye for talent. Just want to keep rolling, and we'll see what happens. And, one last thought. Terrence Knighton maybe to come back to Denver for their tackle position to fill Malik Jackson's one. Because I think they can get the job done on defense. I really do. I think the D is still outstanding. There's enough good guys there. It's not like Miller or DeMarcus Ware or Shane Ray or any of their pass rushers went anywhere. Their back-end guys of Talib, Chris Harris Jr., Wood, Damian Stewart, they're all there. The other Brandon Marshall at linebacker, Nate Irving, they have plenty of good players there to be good. I just redundant sound. Good to be good. That sounds great, doesn't it? Good job, John. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching the video. I really, really appreciate it. This is nice for me to get this out there because the Broncos had a bad week for me, and I'm hoping they rebound. All right. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.